to get jail.
I hear you. We should walk around with some placards saying jail them.
They gotta
Jail
get
them.
it.
Yes.
Anyhow, let me give
Jail them.
somebody else a chance
Thank
to
you.
and you have a good rest of the night.
You Guyana, join me on the Glenn Lal Show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast at 11 a.m. The Glenn Lal Show only on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
Good afternoon. This is your news briefing for today, Sunday, January 15th, 2023. My name is Joshua Van Slykeman. ExxonMobil Corporation has put Guyana on notice that its fifth project in the Stabroek Block, set to develop over 1.3 billion barrels of oil, could affect the nation's air quality. Specifically, the environmental impact assessment for the $12.6 billion US project states that emission resulting from the project have the potential to change ambient air quality in the project area of influence. Air quality, Exxon noted, is important for the health of humans and wildlife. It was further noted by Exxon that greenhouse gas emission from the project may increase in concentration in the atmosphere. We understand that emission generated from the project emanate from two source categories. It said specific point sources include power generating units and diesel engines on drill ships and the FPSO vessel. It also includes flares used to combust associated gas when not consumed as fuel gas on the FPSO or re-injected into the reservoir. A 22-year-old man died early Sunday morning after he lost control of his motorcycle and crashed into a parked minibus along the Fowles Access Road, East Coast, Demerara. Dead is Javon Chappell of Section D Nomprel, East Coast, Demerara. According to police, Chappell met his demise around 5 hours. Investigators reported that Chappell was speeding west along the southern end of the road and was negotiating a turn when he lost control of his motorcycle and crashed into the parked minibus. As a result of the impact, Chappell was tossed through the driver's side of the minibus, shattering the window. In other news, according to the Bank of Guyana, the oil producing nation has earned 1.8 billion US dollars in revenues from the sale of its shares of oil in the Stabroek Block. This revenue would have been received since the inception of oil production in 2019 to now. What is yet to be disclosed, however, are the sales agreements to support these earnings. These documents continue to remain shrouded in secrecy despite Guyana's membership with the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative. According to the International Secretariat for the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, Guyana is yet to declare consistently information pertaining to the volumes of oil collected in accordance with the profit-sharing split, alongside the identity of the buyer for each oil cargo. Furthermore, EITI said Guyana does not appear to have yet made progress on publishing descriptions of the process for selecting the buying companies. The technical and financial criteria used to make this selection is the list of selected buying companies, any material deviations from the applicable legal and regulatory framework governing the selection of buying companies, and the related sales agreement. Get the full details in today's Kaieteur News. And moving on, Guyana has often been warned by the experiences of other countries when it comes to borrowing loans from China and foreign country funding local projects through procurement models that allow for transfer to government at some point. President Irfan Ali, however, is not threatened by those warnings and instead believes that China has an integral role to play in the development of Guyana. He made his position clear during a virtual interview with a Chinese journalist, Wang Juan, on the China Global Television Network released on Saturday. Ali made it clear that he does not support the view and instead sees China as a necessary partner to aid in the advancement of the country. In fact, President Ali explained that the bilateral relations between the two countries will only strengthen in the future. And after months of delay, the government has promised to deliver an update on the release of large-scale mining contract on Monday. Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat has also committed to provide an update on the $7.3 billion review of oil major ExxonMobil's expenses. On Saturday, Bharat was asked to say whether the audit was completed and to indicate when the mining contracts would be published, as promised by Vice President Bharat Jagdeo. The minister explained that he was out of town and would give details on the issue come Monday. Prior to Bharat's promise to address the issues of the mining contracts, the minister had given a commitment in December to do so as well, but never delivered. On December 10, 2022, he was told that Vice President Bharat Jagdeo had instructed the media to direct the request to him. His response was, "Details will be provided tomorrow." On December 19th, when we reached out again to the minister, he did not respond. This is a common occurrence with Minister Bharat. And finally, at this time, the escapees have been identified as Ryan Wilson, also known as Pepsi, a 28-year-old of Lot 69. I beg your pardon, this is in connection with the prison escape. We will go that again. The escapees have been identified as Ryan Wilson, also known as Pepsi, a 28-year-old of Essequibo, and a 22-year-old Shamar Singh of Hague, West Coast, and Marara. According to police, Pepsi is before the court for indecent assault and Singh for simple larceny and possession of narcotics. The two men were being transported from the Lenore Magistrates Court, Region 3, to the Lusignan prison at the time of their escape. Anyone knowing their whereabouts are asked to contact police on phone numbers 225-6940, 225-8196, 226-7476, 225-2317, 227-1149, 225-6940, 225-8196, 226-7476, 225-2317, and 227-1149, or the nearest police station. And with that, we've come to the end of your main newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. For these stories and much more, head across to our website at www.kaieteurnewsonline.com.